All right, so here we are for the series finale of Pushing Daisies, Season 2, Episode 13, and
Of 13.
it did not conclude.
Oh, no?
I didn't think it concluded.
I loved it.
I liked the episode.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot, but
Okay.
it felt to me, and maybe I'm wrong, like they found out that like it was over
Yep.
when they were in the middle of shooting it, and they're like, quick, let's just slap some endings
Yes.
together, but we'll ignore his father completely.
Yep, they didn't have time for that. I know.
No.
I know.
We had enough time for a CG cow fucking, what was that, what kind of store? Burger place? There's something
Oh,
a cow?
the macaroni and cheese
Macaroni
cow
and
place.
cheese cow place. Oh yeah, we had time for that. We had the
So,
animators working constantly to make a cow. But
in my head, I was like, was that a callback? Did she say she wants to open up a cow-themed shaped macaroni and cheese restaurant? Because
I don't remember that ever.
That had to be like a reference to something. It couldn't have just been like so random LOL type thing or whatever.
I don't
But,
know. It felt
so
it felt like, hey, how about we just
Here-
show that Olive's moved on dramatically, really quickly?
No,
What do we
no,
got?
and,
3 seconds? Sure. Cow
and
place, macaroni,
and
done.
like Lil Gumshoe shows up, but like you don't see her. It's just
Yeah.
her, hello, I'm here, but there's no voice or whatever. Yeah. That is like disappointing or whatever.
And
but
those are things that I ultimately don't care about, because you
yes.
could have said Little Gumshoe was wrapped already. I've been like, yeah,
Yeah.
he saw her, he knows she exists, she's okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Book's published,
Right.
done. That'll happen in the future. Olive, there's nothing to wrap. Don't give a shit about her.
Yes.
David Arquette, are you still on the show? Get out of here. Ned and his
ended
father,
up with
that's all
Olive.
I care about.
Yeah.
Chuck's dad, care about.
Yes.
Like,
well, okay. Let me tell you my perspective. I thought that it was just gonna stop or end on like a cliffhanger. So I was so happy
that they tried.
Well, because I totally agree with you. It's written in my notes somewhere. I was like, they knew, they found out at some point. They were like, oh shit, and they tried to like, because like
Even reshoots, they might even just
Yeah.
gone back quick.
Yeah.
Something, anything.
yeah, because it totally feels
This
tacked-
episode's 44 minutes, 1 minute longer than it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
We got it.
It totally
I
feels,
made it up. I don't know.
It totally feels tacked on. But even like this like last case is about the ants, and it all feeds
Yes.
into the whole thing, and they do all the stuff
And
with the
would
characters
be
and stuff.
a
yeah.
great episode to me if it wasn't the last.
If it was like a
episode.
season
if you,
finale,
Yeah, if you cut
yes.
off the last bit of this,
Right.
I'm like, yeah, you got crazy CGI
No.
sharks, stupid effects with like jaws closing.
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
haven't
this is great.
mentioned that. We should talk like overall, like about the show.
Uh-huh.
Usually something will happen during the show, and then they will do like, okay, that's gonna be our transition from now on.
Yeah, like bees or
or
windmills
like
or
doors
bullshit.
closing and opening, or things like wiping across.
Yeah.
And in this, it was the shark chomp effect,
Yeah.
which is so great and dumb. No, like I'm happy overall. Like since like I'm assuming that it like had to end, and they only had whatever they had to like do it or something like that, because even like the narrator says it, and I thought this before he said it, was like, this is not the end, this is a beginning, right? Because now I can think like, wait, you're alive, how are you alive? They eventually find out about Ned, then the ants are involved in like crazy cases, and like Emerson's daughter is like involved in like crazy cases, and like everything keeps going.
Yeah, season 3 would have been great. I agree.
Like I don't have to feel like sometimes when a show ends, it either stops and you're like, that sucks, or they like kill off characters, or they go,
Yeah,
we're gonna
that's
go
the worst.
we're gonna go live off happily somewhere else, or like people are getting on a boat or some shit, and you're like, okay, now I can't imagine that all this fun keeps going and like
Yeah.
developing. So
3
this was
you
like
moved away. If one of you went off to
Yeah.
college, this one died. And
Yeah.
that one found out he was allergic to bees the hard way.
they do the thing where it's like, this person went on to do this,
Yeah.
and that person went on to do that.
I
That
actually
sort of
don't
thing,
hate
yeah.
those ones where like
Yeah.
where there's like a paragraph and you have 1 second to read it and you're like, did I record it? Pause. What does that say?
Yeah.
Like I kind of like those because at least
Animal
you're like,
House
okay,
type
that's where
endings or
things
whatever.
went.
Yeah.
This, I don't know. Like
I can live-
this was a lot more effort than that.
I can
yes.
live with this because I was super worried, right? So like obviously I would prefer more seasons and like good stuff, or like a better episode or whatever. But this I was like, okay. I was like relieved more than anything else. I'm like, I can live with this because they're gonna keep having fun. Oh, Olive and them doing their stuff. People are gonna get murdered all of a sudden. They're gonna do their whole thing. Come on, what's her name? What's like Lil
Little
Gumshoe?
Gumshoe.
What's her like? You don't know her character's name?
Jezebel? I don't
He'd
know.
be like, we're gonna go on a case. You gotta hide here, okay? You start crying whenever I say this word, and they do like a dumb thing where like she's involved. Like
No, again,
this can
it
keep
paints
going
a
like
picture
forever.
For something
Yeah,
that would be
yeah.
amazing for me.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It's not going to happen.
Since I know that it couldn't really like I used to do
I would have
this like
preferred 1 minute of
Yeah.
what is the actual story behind the watches and the dads
Yes, I
and
know,
like
I know.
anything that
I
you've
w-
been building up to for 2 seasons straight.
I wish they had done that, or had time for that or whatever. But given the restrictions and all that stuff, given that there can't be a season 3, like I used to slow down.
That's why I would have liked a cap.
Yeah, well, like
Kill them off. I don't care. Just let me know what the watches are.
I like it so much more kind of open, but like ending like this because us like.
I like it open in terms of there could be more,
Yeah.
but being that it's been 15 years, there's not gonna be
No,
more.
no. I know there's not gonna be more.
Well, some
but, like,
shows,
so like
Firefly,
yeah.
you're like okay,
do a
cool.
movie at some
Yeah.
point or something. Yeah, I think somebody died, like the narrator or somebody. I'm not sure.
In real life, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, or maybe somebody else did something.
He's not
But,
vital.
so like I used to slow down when I was like reading books because you would
Oh
like
yeah.
because
I would stop a few pages from the end sometimes, and it's not reading.
Okay, so like that's what this feeling is. This feels like I got to stop the book, like the book ended, and all those characters are still doing their thing, and it feels so much better than like they got married and moved here, and he like oh Ned like imagine like Ned's father comes back and he has like an amulet, and like Ned loses his powers, and now they can be in love, and like Emerson and Olive go and blah, blah, and everyone just ties up all their
Would have
things.
preferred that, yeah.
I hate that compared to this. I
I
love the idea of it being like a thing. Yeah.
Like it would have been cool,
Yeah.
like, oh, the 3 watches give you the power of blah blah blah, and like
It's
that was
also the
given
watches
to
or
Ned,
something?
like
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like I want to know what was with it, why
I know,
they built
but,
it
like,
up,
yeah,
and it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
there, and I need it, and I would have, I want there to be like, oh, there's continuing comics of like, is there something?
Is there a motion graphic, comic that I can
yeah.
watch? Yeah,
Can I like Facebook the guy who writes this? Be like, so,
Hey,
what were you thinking about those?
what was your plan
'Cause
here? Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. All of my stuff's predicated on the fact that it like has to end, and they only had so much time, and they had to pick whatever to do.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm
No,
like,
of course.
Okay, fine. Like again, like it could have been better, but it could have been worse, and like I'm okay at the end of the day. That's
But like you
my
could
end of
have
thing
you
or
could have
whatever, yeah.
solved all my
Yeah.
I think issues. You could have saved the money for the CG, not shown anything,
Not showed
and just
not showed the cat?
done a slow pan on like a group photo of them hanging on a wall, and just had the narrator say, "And this is what happened," like just, and him
okay.
just
I
like
would've
tell
hated
me
that,
what
yeah.
happened.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I would be like, okay, so it took the same amount of time. I could actually get the answer. You didn't get any of those actors you couldn't get on short notice. Like you could have just done it.
Hold on, sure.
Because all I need is I need the knowledge of what happened. The
Right.
show's over. You've already pissed me off. Like,
Okay.
why spit on me? You know?
Okay. I feel like they were gonna like break my legs, but they only spat on me, and I'm like, thank God they only spat on me. I feel so much better now. I'm so happy.
Yeah, but it was
or
like
whatever.
AIDS spit or
Yeah.
something.
No,
like,
what? No, oh my God, no.
in your mouth. Yeah,
Wow.
a little bit.
I don't have any open cuts or anything, so I'm safe.
But it worried you for a minute.
Oh yeah.
You didn't get it, but you were scared.
Let's say I'm waiting for test results, but I'm optimistic. Let's say we're in that mode right now. Should we talk about this case at all, or like
Sure.
what happened here? This is
The first known great white in captivity, and it's trained.
and it's a okay. So there's like rival mermaids essentially, like
Yes.
synchronized dancer people. We get the ants come out of retirement. They're like speaking at the same time, like it's Doctor Who's type stuff.
Yeah,
it's this
trying
crazy
to show
thing.
how in sync they are.
Yeah, it's dumb stuff like that. This whole thing.
And, like,
the
I
whole
don't
thing,
know.
the whole thing came down to like it was Wendy Malick from Just Shoot Me and everything else. The
Yes.
incomparable Wendy Malick playing some awesome stuff here coming out, and it was her like love interest. Her dude had put like shark repellent in like her hair gel and shark
Yeah.
attractant in like the other person's
Like
hair gel to
pig-
kill her.
or, like,
Yeah,
fat
lard
or
or whatever
something.
they said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is outlandish, and like when the shark jumps out, when Wendy Malick throws that bitch and the shark comes out of nowhere, I was like, okay, we're doing this. or
I
whatever.
think I clapped.
Yeah, like,
I was
we know what's happening
all
here."
right, we're going out with a bang. This is
Yeah,
the final
exactly,
episode.
exactly,
What
right?
up? And I like that. The guy who runs that show, he's from
somebody,
things.
yes.
He was in I think it's called Since You Were Gone,
Yeah.
and he sings in that too, and he sings a little in this.
Yeah, I
not,
think,
not a lot, but
There were two guys that I might have mixed up. There was another dude like
the
that.
curly haired
Like
guy
a
that speaks
comedian
into the
guy.
trident.
Yeah. No, that guy was super familiar. Wasn't the cowboy a different guy though?
Don't ring a bell on the cowboy.
They were very similar people, and I think both of them are like comedic character actors
I'll
from other
believe it.
stuff.
This show has a
Yeah.
history of that kind
And
of
even
stuff.
Wendy Malick's swim partner was also some
Her
person
sister.
I'd known. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For the purpose of the story.
Did you think that the area they were in? So when they first show them going to this show, they're like indoors in a big lobby thing, and it's like a thing. But then like on the next shot, they're like outside in a thing.
Yeah, you like go through
which looks kind of like their set from when they were showing their swim thing.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah.
Like the Mermaid
yeah.
Darlings pool is this pool
Sure,
potentially.
I'm sure, yes.
And like it looks a lot in the daytime shot. I'm like, oh, that's really small. Like I'm like, where did those stadium seatings go? There was like 1 million people here in that last shot.
Right.
But I was okay with that.
Yeah.
In general, it felt good and outlandish. This would have been considered one of those good episodes where things happen.
When they're walking in slow-mo and Shia McBride's got the tracksuit on, and then it's like Ned in like a suit being his, and like dum 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 dum, and like they're walking in, and the like mermaids have the stupid hats, that whole like thing. It harkens back to the old like, okay, you do this, you question him, you try to buddy up to him and do that, the safe word's this, I'm the muscle or whatever he's saying. Did the whole thing. You're like, oh, this is wonderful. And then they're meeting up and doing their there's so many awesome dumb things. The plot is great.
It went out on a bang. Aside from the literal like ending for me.
In this season, we've had some disappointing things.
Yeah,
where you're
especially knowing that we were going to be ending soon. We kept being like, "Come on,
well,
don't give me these duds."
There were even cases where it was like, it turned out to be this guy. I don't care, right? But this one had so many dumb, and then like the guy is on the run, and they're like, "We searched his van. He had the stuff," and then he comes back. Like the whole thing goes along when Chuck is wearing the mustache and Ned's also hiding there, and they were both going to screw up to sabotage it, that dumb stuff. Chuck, the actress, she was so animated in this. When she calls out the chick in the shark, she's like, no, screw you, touch her, do it, the whole thing.
That was the most dangerous shot for her, though, all season. She was very arm movement with Ned, like, essentially touching her.
Yeah.
And then, like, zip past, and like you could see on Lee Pace's face, he's like, oh! Like, get away from me, bitch.
Yes.
You're going to get it.
I love that she finally, because she was always the one who was like, we gotta be respectful to these dead people and like give them their last wishes and all that stuff. Now she was like, no, you smell, fuck you, touch her, and then the whole thing. And I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Like how they're in the autopsy room, and there's a full shark hanging from the ceiling, a shark that should be taller than the floor to the ceiling.
And like Emerson cuts it open with his little knife.
And her legs are hanging out of the mouth. So we're to believe like they didn't kill her, the shark because it ate her. The shark died like eating her,
choked on her, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to accidentally touch the shark when he like turned her off and turned the shark on or something like that.
That could be fun.
Some but I'm like, I don't know how much budget we have here, how outlandish we want to be. But like, so I was like, oh god, he has to like make sure just to touch her and not touch the shark and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I love like that was maybe the goofiest. Maybe second goofiest was the clowns, like in the morgue. You're like, what is happening here?
Right.
What are we? Why would they not pull it out of the shark?
Why is this happening? Yeah. And even when something like license plates and fish fall out of the shark, and you cut to the corner guy, like he like turns and like looks or whatever, dumb stuff like that, but he doesn't come in. I was like, is he gonna come in and we're gonna find out the secret, all that stuff? Yeah.
Well, in the last episode, that'd been good.
Yeah. Then he's involved.
That'll be an extra 20.
The crew just keeps getting bigger and stuff like that.
Necromancy, that'll cost you 50.
My grandma used to do necromancy. You cool? And he's like, what?
Oh, Ned, you got the shinnin?
Yeah, what? No problem. There's more like twists and turns, but basically like Wendy Malick was gonna call out, oh god, that too. She like knows the secret. They do this awesome shot. Swoozie Kurtz is swanking down the stairs. She's so happy. It's like the morning after she has a cigarette. She's like, I'm loose as a long neck goose. I feel great. We finally did it. Did our performance. It went really well. They solved the murder. I guess it was a great day. It's a new day. The sun is shining, and then a plate flies, and it's like it's like a record scratch. And she's like, you can leave, and all that stuff. And they do the whole thing.
Yeah.
They're both
Those
acting.
situations are always super awkward
so good
for me when I'm like, get out, and you're like, where do I
She says,
go?
Where am I supposed to go? And she's like, anywhere but here.
Old person with little to no money.
Yeah.
I guess I could swim alone. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Could swim for money?
They're also like I don't know who's going to watch synchronized swimming.
No, it's
especially
crazy.
Like what they were doing. I'm like, that's not entertaining at all.
No, it feels like Mad Libs, whatever. It feels like someone pulled out of a hat. Like, what should their occupation be? Synchronized swimming.
Well, probably
that's weird.
That they would never have to do it and only ever do it in flashbacks, like where it would be like professional swimmers doing some tail things.
We just have legs going, and they're like,
did they not even have the?
They were not mermaids.
Yeah,
no, they were legs.
They're the mermaid darlings, and they weren't even mermaids.
Listen,
they were just swimming.
Breaking the fourth wall here.
I know.
Plot hole.
Very strange.
Yes.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I thought it was like decently done. You see them, like they don't show their faces, and it's like fine. It wasn't like a horrible thing. Sometimes it gets really weird.
No, it was serviceable for the sake of the plot.
Popping out of the water.
But it was not something where I'm like, yes, they would be the lead draw and go on a European tour. It wasn't that.
No. Yeah, and that's the.
Well, maybe in Europe they have slower standards.
They do. Yeah. Well, this is like in a parallel universe where synchronized swimming is like a big thing or something like that. It's like a big deal, and they have like Cirque du Aquarium or whatever.
That makes sense. Like there being people doing things. The guy that was framed with a Speedo transmitter thing, I was like, how did he not know that was in there? It's a big box, like attached to his junk.
They take off a flap and it's like beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what was it? Every time he did what, did it open the door?
Whenever he touched his crotch, I don't know.
Yeah, something like I was like,
he's doing moves and touching his crotch, and then like it's going. Yeah. Even that little thing where every time that guy stretches, Olive is like, I can do that too, and like fucks it up or whatever. Yeah. Little things like that. Dig it.
Yeah.
I was very happy with this episode overall.
I was happy with the episode. It was the final cap that felt tacked on, which I believe it was.
It totally was. It was like a roller coaster where you could tell like something's going on.
Well, there's that amazing sweeping CGI shot of the town, which we've never seen before, to kind of tell you where things are.
They were saving that. Stuff. That was amazing.
And I was like, that was very good. And I'm like, that took a lot of time and money. So like, I wonder if it was always intended to be part of the season, like the season finale, and it just happened to be a series finale, and that got in there. Because if that was just for the sake of the series finale, I feel like they could have put that money somewhere else. Yeah. But I liked it. It was very nice.
It was a cool thing because you got we passed windmills and lighthouses and dams and like every single thing that's been in like the episode. Basically, we like zoomed past.
Swept past.
In this
beautiful,
goofy early 2000s CG type thing, right? But it's like fitting for the show, a show that has every episode a like push down shot or whatever onto the pie hole in CG.
Yeah.
Now it uses that same technique to show you like the context of the world.
Yeah, no, I thought like,
and the world's
it's
like
old, but it worked.
Yeah, like the world is like a thing from a Highlights or like a Where's Waldo. Yeah. Everything is just crammed together in this crazy way, which is like,
and it's almost like cartoon. So like it doesn't have to be this crazy CG.
But it feels like the world is all weird stuff crammed together. And why is there a field
like
and then a thing?
Like weird.
And like that's totally what the world is, and that's great. It's the whole thing.
Very much so.
I did a little outside research.
What'd you do?
I don't know if we knew this. Number one, I ought to punch you in the snot locker. I want that as a little. I want to be able to hit a button and have that sound come out. That's amazing to me. That stupid guy. And then finally, Chuck is British as fuck.
Yeah, I can see that.
She's 100% British. I did not pick up on that. Usually, I'm able to pick up on something. But even this episode, like especially with how animated she is or whatever, she's like extremely British. She has a very British accent, and she has never cracked, as far as I know, in this entire show. Or whatever.
She's an actress.
She's an effing actress. Yeah.
Yeah. When I picture her face, I can picture British.
Yeah, no, it like fits her like whatever. But I wouldn't have known. Like some people, I'm like, this person is like Rick from The Walking Dead is. I'm always talking like something that's not natural. Right? Come on, man. Right? But she just sounded like
Coral.
Yeah.
That's the truth. I have to hear her say Carl.
Yeah, Carl. That's about it.
All right.
It's been a long journey. I'm glad we took the journey.
Definitely.
I feel privileged to have gotten all this information now because we both thought that we watched the whole show.
That's what's so fun is that when this show was on the air, I really liked the show. We both did, and we thought we'd seen the whole thing, but apparently we never watched season 2.
Or I don't know if I watched
season 1, maybe.
I may have seen like 4 or 5 episodes, which may have explained maybe they switched the time slot. That's always like the killer for these things. Maybe we fell victim to whatever the show fell victim to.
Potentially.
And this is the story.
Yeah. So writing campaign for bring back season 3.
Sign our
change.org.
Our petition on change.org, and we will bring it back. Sean McBride is on record as saying, "Hell no." That's why I do it. There's like a quote on his IMDb where he's like, every convention that I go to, every time I talk to anyone, they say, they bring up Pushing Daisies, and they say, everyone loved that show. You should bring it back. And I'm like, everyone didn't love the show. That's why I got canceled, or something like that. And I'm like, okay, I can picture him saying that. With
it is fact.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Was it on Fox? Do you know? I don't even know what
7,
original.
I want to say.
Okay. ABC. Yeah, I think for network television, this is like above the line of stuff where I'm like, it's so cool that this exists, and so appropriate that it failed and was canceled because it's so interesting.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah, all right, guys, so that's our thoughts on this series and this episode in particular. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we will see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.